This is Eileen Fee of Transform Your Body Fitness. I'm a physical therapist and a fitness coach. What I have for you today is building quads of steel. This is your quad muscle. Whether you have knee pain or whether you're trying to prevent knee pain, whether you have a total knee replacement or whether you're trying to prevent a total knee replacement, you need to have strong quads. There's just no two ways about it. Often, I want to say the majority of our population has some sort of a knee problem, mainly due to the meniscus. The meniscus is inside your knee joint, and typically from just everyday wear and tear, it wears down and causes knee pain. Now, there's a whole host of other kind of knee problems, but I'm just trying to keep it simple. But what I'm trying to do is give you some exercises. Now, again, this series is about bridging the gap between physical therapy and home fitness. So my assumption, and I know what they say about assuming, but my assumption is that you've been given some basic knee exercises, mainly called quad sets. And that's when you straighten your leg out and you're going like this to tense that muscle. It's one of the safest and one of the best exercises, and obviously you're going to have other strengthening exercises that would have been done in physical therapy, but more on the basic side. So now, shifting us into home fitness, and even though there might be a slight overlap here, this is still on the beginner side. This is where obviously we need to begin, but I want to go over some exercises that are meant to really begin to work on building the strength and to give you quads of steel. Not just because it looks good, but because it's functional and it will help protect your knee joint. That's the major thing. The quad will protect, if you build it up enough, will protect this so that you can function with less pain. Now, here's the other thing I'm going to say. Often, if you go to the doctors because of your knee pain, you know what the number one thing he's going to say? Don't do squats. And what am I going to tell you? Do squats. Why am I overriding the doctor? Well, because do you sit on the toilet when you go to the bathroom? Do you sit on a chair and get up and down off a chair and get in and out of a car? These type of movements, you squat. So whether or not you like it, you squat. Now, if you practice and strengthen your quad muscle, you will be able to do those functional things easier, better, and the idea is with less pain, because you need to practice them so when you go to do them, you can do them better and easier because you're protecting the knee joint. That's our whole objective here. Some things you're going to need for today. Grab a chair. Grab possibly a pillow. You may need this. All right. Grab a set of medium or light weights. Grab a foam roller. And most of you probably don't have it, but if you have steps like you would for a step-up class, grab those. If you don't have that, then use the bottom step of your set of steps that are in your house. Okay, so pick up your set of weights, and this is part of how we start to up the ante a little bit. You may not have used the weights in physical therapy. Now we're going to start to use the hand weights to create more resistance, to create those quads of steel. All right, so you're going to take the chair. All right, now the whole thing with doing squats is your positioning of your knee, of where your toes are. If you are doing the exercise and having your knee so that they're further than your toes, that's what will cause too much pressure and problems with the knee. So that's the technique you want to look for. When you're doing the squat, it's about sticking your booty out enough so that you keep your knee behind your toes. All right? Now, we'll start with the pillow here, but if you need more, then you add another pillow layer. But what it's trying to do is give yourself a target, and the higher it is, obviously the less you're using your quads. So you're going to position your feet so that they're shoulder width apart, and you're sticking your booty out as you go down. All right, so you have the resistance from the weights, and you're using good technique because you're sticking your booty out and keeping your knees behind your toes. Now, if you can, ditch the pillow. Same thing, but now that this is lower, only if you can, that's going to make your quads work more and obviously strengthen them. All right, so same technique. Stick the booty out. And what I'm going to suggest in other exercises, I don't always suggest a particular number. I'm going to say start with 2 sets of 10, okay? Because doing less than that, you're not really putting enough resistance on the muscle to make a difference in creating strength. This is all about creating quads of steel to protect your knee joint. So up the ante with the reps. I'm going to move the chair aside for now. I'm going to take the weights. If you have to, go to your steps in your house, or if you have the steps, like a step class, then get those out. But what you're going to do, you're going to step the one foot up, and you tap the other one. All right, so this leg stays up here the whole time. This leg is working, and the quad is really what has the strength of it is being strengthened, the one that's on the step. You're going to do that 2 sets of 10. And then if you need to, you switch to the other side to keep things balanced. All right? Do that, 2 sets of 10. Then you're going to turn to the side. Same idea. Tap the foot. So you're really working the quad. And you do the other side, 2 sets of 10. All right, I'm going to put the weights aside for now. Take the chair again. One of the things that I want to eventually introduce you guys to, if you already haven't done anything, is with yoga. So I want you to grab the back of the chair. This is how we're going to start, because obviously not everybody is at the same level. If you don't need the chair, that's fine. But grab the back of the chair. And what you're going to do, and go back like that. Now, again, check the position of the knee of where the toe is. So if I go back further, the position of my knee is safely behind my toe. I'm going to do the other side, okay? Now, I want to show you, if I'm not careful, this is a little bit more of what is not acceptable. This is in line with it, but I would say try, therefore you move it back. That's what you need to do to keep yourself safe while you're increasing the strength of the quad muscle. This is a lunge, all right? And the reason why we're doing this, in yoga, you would do a move like this, all right? And it's terrific for the quad muscles. And again, I'm going to suggest at least a minimum of 2 sets of 10. Some key points here. Make sure that either you have the weights, something appropriate, even if it's 2 pounds, something for resistance. The bottom line is we're trying to increase the strength here. And you need to watch your technique of where the knee is in position with the toes. But beyond that, grab your foam roller. You know what? I'm going to put the phone down to the floor so you can see this a little bit easier. All right. Grab your foam roller. And the majority of people have their pain on the inside of their knee. Some people on the outside, but I want to say the majority, it's on the inside of your medial meniscus is what's starting to fray and get torn and cause pain. So that's where you want to start. Grab the foam roller and just do that real gentle. We're not pushing real hard, just enough to create a little pressure in there. Take some of that pain away. You know, we stress that area with these exercises, so you want to follow it up with doing this to kind of counterbalance that. And if you needed to, you go on the other side. All right. And often an area is right above the knee. All right. So you would take this foam roller, and again, just apply a little pressure there. And certainly, there's nothing wrong with eventually doing this is what I would call, this type of technique is a typical massage. But to do the myofascial release, the self-myofascial release, which is kind of what we're trying to do in this series of bridging the gap between physical therapy and home fitness, is to be able to do these things on your own and not only create the increased strength, but you want to follow it up with what's going to relieve some of the tightness or some of the discomfort that naturally comes from exercise. All right. Also, you can put it underneath. Often people have pain underneath or tightness because this is where the hamstring is. You can obviously also go like this to get parts of the hamstring because the hamstring was used as well. So you can find a spot, apply a little pressure there. If you need it, right behind the knee. The only time I do not recommend doing it behind the knee is if you have a Baker's cyst back here. That would make things worse. So if you have a Baker's cyst, do not apply pressure back here like this with the roll. But if you don't, this is a great way of relieving some of those tight spots. So this is Eileen Fee from Transform Your Body Fitness, and what the bottom line is, we've created this series to try to help you improve, increase your strength so that you can stay as healthy as you can for as long as you can. Keep looking and staying tuned for more episodes of Bridging the Gap between physical therapy and home fitness. Have a great one, guys.